I'm back. Like I said, the first part of the live that talked about Pluto in retrograde and the Phoenix and a little bit of the other stuff is being published on here for 24 hours and then will be on my YouTube channel as well. So you will be able to go back and review what Pluto retrograde is, what the spirit animal of Phoenix is, the aragonite, all that stuff is getting saved permanently on my YouTube channel so that you can go back for reference, or if you missed something and wanted to hear it, which is cool. So I'm just going to let a couple more people come on, because you know this thing only lets us be on here for an hour. That's all it gives us. Okay, so the number 53 represents, so we're picking up where we left off, which was the number 53. The number 53 represents the perfect life on earth. So this is a continuation. The I am energy flows. So a man whose conscience is led by the Holy Spirit of God, or that faith of something that they do believe in, for that higher power we all know is there in the universe, the way and the light by which Jesus walked and lived. Our destiny is to reach for perfection. So remember, when I always tell you guys, we're all perfectly imperfect together. Number 6, it's out of balance, that eventually if you work towards it, our wants and needs become one and the same, and we're able to lift and rise above. Okay? You're going from a 6 to a 3, that God number. You 53 right now, we're all looking for the perfection. So if you're in the right spirit and in the right conscious and walking the way you should be walking on this earth, okay, it's our destiny to reach that perfection, that state of being, to be in the I am energy. Got it? So if you go back, for people who are just jumping on, if you go back to what we had talked about earlier, it discussed what's going on right now. Pluto is in retrograde from, and I know I'm repeating for you, some of you guys, but it's okay. From April 25th to October 4th. It is the planet of transformation right now with what's going on. I expect you to rise above and do better. So we discussed just a little bit ago, Pluto in retrograde. We discussed what our spiritual number is right now that we're going to be all working with for the next, through October, which is 53, and we're calling in the Phoenix. So I'm giving you your crystal right now, the aragonite. Like I said, it is an earth crystal. Okay? It brings everything to the surface, just like this Pluto retrograde, and it's supposed to. Take advantage of it. Don't be afraid. You guys have no time to be afraid. Be fearless. Don't be afraid of anything. You're not even allotted, with the way our world is right now, that opportunity. And you're not even given that. I'm not even going to give that to you where you're allowed to be. You're not allowed to be. If you want to be afraid for a second, okay, but then I want you to stop, think about it, look, and I want you to rise above it. Okay, because you're better than that. Walk out of fear by faith. Okay, so aragonite is the crystal, which runs along with everything. Aragonite is that deep burnt orange crystal. It looks like a starburst. It's known as the Earth Star. The aragonite is fire, is the truth. The aragonite is the light. Now, brace yourselves. Like it or not, ready or not, you better get ready, because now is the time to wield the aragonite's power. So some people that I had sent aragonites to, get them suckers out. Hold on to them, babies, and work with them. Okay, and then if you need to, I'm glad, Miriam. If you need to, after you've worked with it, I want you at that point to use a smoky quartz to help balance the energy. Okay, but right now the crystal we're working with is an aragonite. It's a high vibrational crystal that really hits fast and it hits hard. So remember when I told you in the live just before this, COVID-19, that she's a bitch, excuse my language if I offend anybody, but you're supposed to knock her the fuck down, knock her out. And every time she stands back up and what she's causing in this world, you rise up against her. And the aragonite will help you do that. It is a earth healer. It encourages conservation. Now understand this. If I have the crystals, I can get them to you. Otherwise, you would have to go to local metaphysical shops to find them. All my crystals are hand-picked crystals. They've been, actually, a friend of mine actually goes around the world and gets them. So they're hand-picked by him, and then I actually go to him, and I will be making a trip to New Jersey to get more from him. Or I go mine them myself as well, but his crystals come from around the world. So I go hand-pick them because I feel the energies in the crystals, and I know that they're meant for other people. So mine are very specific. You can order crystals online, but you have the opportunity to get them from somebody like me, or you have the opportunity to go to a place where you can actually feel its energy. I send a lot of my crystals, Yellow Wolf, to Canada. Quite a few people have gotten them. And it breaks my heart because to ship to Canada costs a lot of money. But, so you could get a crystal that might cost you, say, $35, but it costs $35 to ship it to you, kind of thing. But I got the feeling that the type of crystals that I have, or I tell you guys to get, isn't around Canada a lot. So I have sent quite a bit your way. But I want you to look at what's going on in the earth and society right now in the world. Look at what's going on with the earth, and the earth is starting to heal with all this craziness. So what the aragonite does is it pulls everything to the surface, but it is a earth healer. It encourages conservation of the earth's precious resources. It uses when working, you use it when working with your root chakra and your earth star chakras. So it's grounding you, but setting you free at this. Oh, all right. I don't know what just happened. Something really, this is a new phone. It's trying to update shit when it shouldn't. Really weird. So you have to excuse what my phone is doing. But it's used for grounding and connecting with the earth. Used for energy blockages in ley lines and for healing geopathic stress. It is known for being a powerhouse crystal, one that gets to the root of a situation. If you have an issue you are sweeping under the rug, it's going to bring it up fast. So it's so fast that the rug just disappears. You can't even sweep it on the rug because the rug is no longer there. That's how far and how fast it brings it up. It just disappears. It brings up anger. The aragonite brings up fear, unresolved emotions, and every other cobweb within your mind and your body and your spirit that you would prefer to deal with later. The aragonite forces you to deal with it right now. It tells you if you deal with your dark side, and everybody has a dark side whether you like it or not, there is a gift waiting for you on the other end of it. So you have to work through it. It invites you to come closer, look deep within all the beams of energy that originate from one central point within you. The aragonite projects this light. Each beam of energy beams light outward, surrounding you with a web of light. So actually it's the brightest, one of the brightest crystals there is, okay? You will be and feel better than before once you started working with the aragonite, but I have to warn you, it's going to hit you hard if you're working with it and you're energetic. But you must face your dark side to feel its light. The aragonite says, I am a cluster of light, and it legitimately is. And you too can also feel like a star shining bright in the sky. You can be a human star, but you must walk through the void. You must walk through the darkness as the light awaits you on the other side. So it lures you in with its beauty. So the aragonite is a pretty little crystal. She's pretty. And boy, does she shimmer. She lures you in with its beauty and unique nature. Because it's such an, it comes in a form, it grows like a star, like a cluster. You know, the funniest thing is if you have an aragonite, believe it or not, it looks like it's a nucleus, a cell when you're looking at it. So when you even think coronavirus and that's what we're dealing with, it kind of is like a round thing with all the little dots on it. But anyway, so that all you want to do is touch it and hold it. So you want to hold her, you want to work with her, you want to feel her. But you always have to be careful what you touch and what you wish for. However, I must warn you, once you do, whoosh, legitimately, some people that have gotten aragonites from me know this is the truth because it happened to them. You know about it. So once you hold it, you do whoosh. Everything you know about it, about yourself, things that have happened to you in your life come flashing back. You see everything clearly. It says, be gentle with me because I am fragile. We are fragile beings. We're strong and wise. After holding the star clusters in your hand, you will feel really good. But then all hell may break loose because the aragonite begins its work. Everything you fear, and I'm warning, this is the PSA announcement, I'm warning you, everything you fear will be before you, but do not be afraid. Walk in faith, guys, because you are facing truth, and the truth shall set you free. It increases energy. The aragonite boosts self-confidence and feelings of self-worth as you learn to place trust in yourself. It's great for parents and people in tense relationships and situations that test your nerves. The aragonite long-term does relieve stress, emotional fatigue, and anger, and it brings in patience when it's needed most. But remember, like the phoenix, you have to jump into the fire. You have to go through it. You have to walk through it, good, bad, or indifferent, so you can come out on the other side. You have no choice. The sucker is going to help you do it. So geopathic strength mends, covers relationships between earth energies and people's well-being. So not only does the aragonite do all the things that I said, and it heals the earth energies and the resources that it has, but it also effectively, and I know I'm speaking fast, I got to slow down, I'm sorry. It also effectively mends the geopathic stress in relationships between the earth energies and ourselves and people's well-being. Because what's going on with the earth and the world around us directly affects us, not only physically, but spiritually and emotionally. So it's all connected. So the aragonite helps with all of that. When I said ley lines, when it connects the ley lines mean straight alignments drawn between various historic structures and prominent landmarks. If you look back, ancient European societies deliberately erected structures along them, like the Freemasons, the Illuminati. There's certain, shapes and structures in Washington, D.C. that run along a certain line. If you go to France, the Rose Line. So that's all what that means, the ley lines and how things attach and connect. Okay? Well, you and I don't know if we're doing, on Tuesday night, are we doing the soul retrieval or the past life regression? That starts, we've actually done a lot of work already, Miriam, about what you need to let go of, and you've done very well. We've done little things. So it's just doing sessions, depending on the session that we do, regular life path sessions. So it's just the work that you do consistently, because we're always doing work. Even when I answer questions here, it's helping you move forward. So everything we're doing that we've done, Miriam, has actually helped you to move forward, because you're in a different place now than you were 6 months from now. And you know the changes that you've made, which is huge. And when we do what we're doing on Tuesday, that's also going to help. Because I think we're doing past life with you, and that's because it's going to be a fun thing for you. Whereas I have somebody else that's going to face their lifetime now going through a soul retrieval. Okay? So now you guys understand that Pluto's in retrograde, what it does. We're working with the number 53. Aragonite is our crystal. Hey, Joe. So, and I'm once again going to go over the Phoenix, because that is our spirit animal that we're working with right now. And that's really what you should always be working with. The Phoenix represents transformation, death and rebirth in its fire. It's a powerful spiritual energy. It is the ultimate symbol of strength and renewal. As both fire and a solar symbol, it is symbolic of the sun, which in essence dies every night as it sets, only to be reborn again as it rises the next morning. The Phoenix represents immortality, for we all are immortal. She means you have arisen from the flames, victorious, beating all of life's challenges and fears, overcoming and defeating hard times. She is rebirth from the past. What had become ash and dust, and represents the victory of life over death. We are forever, we are immortal, and we are woven, and we live eternal. Okay, because you're woven in the fabric of time from its very beginning. It's where we all started, and we will live eternally. Remember that the Phoenix embodies motion and change, our ability to flow, be versatile and flexible, to be clever, energetic, and revitalizing qualities of the number 5, hence what brought us to the 53. So the work we did tonight, remember, it's We are the phoenix, rise above. It's time to rise. The world seems to be going crazy. Kind of feels like your world's been put on hold, but it's just been slowed down a little bit to have the change that you need to make. So anybody who just jumped on now, we published the live from before that spoke about what Pluto retrograde in Capricorn meant, how long it's going to last. We discussed the spiritual number 53, which we're all working with right now. We discussed the aragonite crystal in this one, along with the phoenix. I did the phoenix at the beginning, and I finished with the phoenix because it's important. Work with your crystals. Allow them to heal you. It's really fast. Like, I'm talking fast, but I don't want something weird to happen with my phone. And I wanted to get it all in. So I'm actually going to show you something fun. And I love it. People that I've worked with, I've allowed hold these babies. You guys think these are crystals, don't you? Does anybody know what these are? Shungite harmonizing cylinders. Now you might say, a shungite is a crystal, and yes, it is a form of crystal, but actually what this sucker is, shungite, is a meteor that landed on our planet 3 billion years ago in a Russian lake. It's the only place you can get shungite. They're not tubes of rocks. These are Mac Daddies. Like, I work with high vibrational crystals. The crystals I work with, you have to be at a certain vibrational level when you're doing the work that actually allow you to go interdimensional. If you're speaking about like fifth dimension, quantum physics, Merkaba, your vehicle of light body, things that allow you to go past, present, future, all of these fun things, astral, okay? Isn't the shungite amazing? Well, this is the harmonizing cylinder. I don't know, Karina, if when we met, if I let you hold on to the cylinders. I don't know if I had them, because I know I brought the other crystals for you. So these are harmonizing cylinders. And please remember, when you hold your crystals, be it these, or if you hold, like, you know, black tourmaline, my little pendulum baby, when you hold them, do not manhandle your crystals. Do not squeeze the hell out of them. Let them rest in your hands. Harmonizing cylinders, you can get them in different types of crystals, but I do shungite because it actually balances the yin and the yang within your body. And it's like taking a breath. So if I see people like at the hostel I'm at now, and I don't let everybody touch my crystals because they're mine. Like, these babies are mine. But if I know somebody's energy is good energy and they're not going to attach something to my crystals, I'll basically say, do you need to take a breath? And I'll make them hold the crystals and breathe. Whatever crystals you have, if you're feeling stressed out and anxious, grab amethyst. You know what I'm saying? You could grab lepidolites. You know, you could grab green aventurine, which helps you with that, but green aventurine also helps with pulling in universal love. You can grab rose quartz. You know, selenite is healing. You know, there's different crystals for different purposes. Right now, at a time when you need to take a breath, you need to breathe, you need to be able to dream and just feel good, crystal healing works. Okay, and they help with so many different things. But so, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I covered a lot. It took me a couple of days to get all the work in, but I got it done because I am going to start incorporating astrology along with, you know, the crystals, the universal messages, past, present, and future, and all that other fun ones. You have the green one. You have the... my brain went dead. The malachite. In fact, you have the fibrous malachite, which is rare. You do, as a matter of fact. This week, I'm also going to be doing the makeup of the people who missed a couple of the meditations. I'm going to redo the first 4 meditations for anybody who's just starting out and wants to hit them. And then I'm going to do another series of 4 of people who've already done them and wants to do more. Okay? So, and go a little bit further. And like I said, you know, you guys, I'm working with quite a few people with some past life regressions, life path, career this week, soul retrievals, all that other fun stuff. So if you want to book a session or you need help or you need a mediumship, whatever it is, you know, just to message me directly that I will help you. I am going to plan, and I think I'm going to work with you, Courtney, first. We're going to be doing a live with some of the people I've worked with so you can see where they were at and how they changed their life. I am going to spotlight their businesses because they actually made the change and they are being abundant. And then I'm going to be taking Courtney and Ashley, her sister, and we are going to be doing, discussing what their joint past life regression was. I am also going to do that with Karina as well. I may even bring JD. I don't know if she's still on here because from our lives, I've never had a direct session with him, but just from him coming on Mystic Mondays, he actually started his own podcast. So if I've worked with you and I know you and I know your energy and I know you're not going to harm my peoples that are on here because you know how much I love y'all, I will absolutely spotlight you because I think it's important. Okay. So that's that. I will do another universal message this week, but see, this universal I did right now, this is going to run through October. It's important. So I will try to hit like a daily message or do a daily message 1 or 2 days during the week that hits that particular day and give more crystal knowledge. We are doing Mystic Mondays tomorrow night. You know, it's 6 o'clock at PST, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and everybody else, you just got to figure out the time according to where you are, which is really cool. We have people from Canada on here, people that are from Australia. My Mag, she's over there hanging out in Japan. We have some Hawaii people. We have, where else did we have? Bahrain, a whole bunch of different places, which is great. So we have people from all over the world. So you're all like connected in this little family, which is great. Tomorrow night's Mystic Monday. Next month, Sunday night, I know you're all excited. We're going to start Sensual Sundays again. So we'll have those 2 lives every week. And then I will be doing like a direct, kind of like an interviewing kind of thing with people I've worked with and how their lives have effectively changed. Thank you. And I did my own makeup today. Thank you very much. Because I actually know how to do it. But, you know, I didn't have the baby do it. And, yeah, but that's about it, I think. So I hope this helped you today. We are saving it so you can listen it on here or on the YouTube again. And I am going to try to slower my speech because I know I talk quickly. But it's because I try to get in a lot in a very little bit amount of time. So it's not too much for you guys to absorb. Let's just put it that way. But you will be able to revisit all the information. So I love you guys to death. It is almost, what time is it? Where are we at? It's 7:30, so we've been on an hour and a half now. Almost 2 hours, actually, like an hour and 45 minutes. So we got a good one in tonight. And I didn't ignore any of you guys. It's just when we do a teaching live, it's a teaching live. Okay? And I'll answer the questions that I can, but tomorrow night you get to do your past life stuff and lifetimes and all that other good stuff. So maybe I'll do some rapid fire tomorrow night and just give everybody something that I can, which is not going to be everybody, but I'll try to hit as many people as I can, especially our newbies, okay? So I love you guys tons. Have a good evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. And if you need anything or you want to book a session, just hit me up through direct message or through the website. And, the website's www.oneheartonespirit.com. I love you. Night. Is it going to let me save it? I don't know if this is going to let us save it. I hope it does. I hope this saves, guys. Pray.